Alright, what's going on, y'all? Today we're going to play some Mardu Reanimator. The idea is to get some big creatures such as Lorehold, Massacre Worm, Oxybegonis, Kenny, or Baneslayer Angel into the graveyard, and then resurrect them with Carter's Vicious Return, Cauldron's Gift, or Unbreakable Bond, and then have them take over the game. To get to that place, we need to first throw those cards into the graveyard, for which we have Thrilling Discovery, which you gain 2 life, discard 2 cards, and then draw 3. So a good way to throw these in the graveyard, gain a little bit of life so you don't die too quickly, and then reload your hand. Timurat Calls the Dead, of course, can also mill them and make some zombies to block. Professor of Symbology learns, and then we can get Illuminate History from the sideboard to discard any number of cards and draw that many, and then it makes a 3-2 if our graveyard's full. A good way to wheel our hand and get something on board at least for it. And then to fill it out, we've got Crush the Weak and Crippling Fear to stop us from getting run over by creature decks, and Bone Crusher Giant because we're playing red and Bone Crusher Giant is necessary. In the learn board, in addition to Illuminate History, we've got some removal with Reduced to Memory and Necrotic Fumes, we've got Environmental Sciences to hit our lands, and we've got Academic Probation to give us at least a little bit of resiliency against Sultai or any other giant spell that our opponent is going to try and use, or to stop a blocker if we're just trying to get lethal. Yeah, that's about it. Let's go try it out. Okay. I think we just kick a land here. Play Passage so we can Discovery next turn since we have the Lorehold to toss. Alright, and there's something to resurrect the Lorehold. I have to trust that we'll hit lands because we need both of these other cards to do our thing. And of course we get no lands on the top 3 cards, which is exceptionally unfortunate. Our opponent's on Winota, which means if we don't curve out to Crippling Fear on 4, we lose. Alright. Need another untapped black off the top. Not particularly likely. Black source. Alright, not bad. We're doing it. Assembly worker. Die. Thank you. Can I get another untapped land so I can get a Lorehold back? Please. Untapped land. Alright, tapped. I'll take it. I think I just want land next turn. Play this so we can resurrect again. If they have Winota and get 2 hits here, we might just be dead. Okay, no Winota. That's good. That means we can go get our lifelink. No, this one's the +1/+1 counter. Not the lifelink. We do get to trigger the mill 4 with Adamant though. Okay, they get rid of our Carter's Return. I think that's fine. Because we can still go get Lorehold. Might as well pay Adamant here. Maybe we get lucky and hit a Crush the Weak or something off the top. Well, that'll do. Go get a Bone Crusher with lifelink. That's not too bad. play this to get double red. Nice, game 2. Let's go. Definitely want Shadow's Verdict here. Heated Debate's pretty good too. What would we take out though? Because all of our other sweepers are also really good. I don't know if Kenrith is big enough to really get the job done here. We can take him out. All of these are really good. Might be the Ox and just go a little low on hits. Baneslayer's good. These are all fine. See, I don't think we can fit in Heated Debate. They don't have that much that doesn't die to Bone Crusher, except Winota. And if they land Winota and have things to get out of it anyway, we're in trouble. I think this is fine. Though if we're not using the Heated Debate in this matchup, maybe it shouldn't be in our sideboard. This isn't great, but we have lands. If we find a white source, we're good. Alright, Bone Crusher works too. I don't need another red, I don't think. Okay, our opponent's slow on land. We'll be very happy if we can Thrilling Discovery and throw these two fatties into the graveyard. Okay, they find a land. I don't need to Environmental Sciences here. They do anyway, sure. Let's stop the dog from attacking. And I'll seed, sure. Alright. Really need a white source here. So any untapped land means we can Carter's Vicious Return, and then we're doing okay. Alright, they spend their turn removing our Bone Crusher, which is fine. Probably play out the Giant Killer here. On land. Tapped land. Yeesh. Definitely don't need that. Alright, still no Winota. That's nice. Held back the Giant Killer to tap something. Redain could be a problem. Though we can just try and hardcast Massacre Worm next turn, which seems pretty good. I think with Redain on board, we want to discard that. Maybe we're better off discarding Cauldron's Gift. Okay, there's Crush the Weak. Let's just go for that now. They can save something with the Alcide, but we still remove 2 of their creatures this way. And then the Giant Killer dies to Massacre Worm next turn. Alright, so all 3 of those die to Massacre Worm next turn. Alcide doesn't stop the -2/-2. If they play the Spirit Summoning, that also dies to Massacre Worm, which is great. Alright, they don't, which is fine. I guess we'll thin the deck here. And then next turn we can resurrect our Lorehold even through the Redain tax, and they won't be able to tap it down with the Giant Killer because it will be dead. They should have probably sacked the Alcide in response here, so they wouldn't lose this 2 life, but I guess they don't think that matters. Alright, Spellbinder, good thing we have 2 resurrection spells. Okay. Might just use Carter's Vicious Return here to kill the Spellbinder. See what else we draw. Oh, well that'll do. Go get Lorehold with lifelink. I'll attack. Crush the Weak seems good. Nice. At least I'm assuming our opponent was playing Winota there. I don't know why else they would play Boros like that, but I guess we didn't see any really big human hits. It was just the Spellbinder and Giant Killer, so maybe it wasn't Winota. Let's try again. On the draw this time, this hand is fine. We don't have any way to get our Baneslayer into the graveyard, but that's alright. Bone Crusher and Crush the Weak should get us somewhere. We've got all our colors, can't really ask for much more. Alright, that's enough land for now. Okay, they don't do anything. Means they're probably just holding up Stomp. We will also hold up Stomp. Probably kill the Sentinel if they put a creature on the stack. Yep. Or if they try to attack with it. Can't play red without Bone Crusher Giant nowadays. It's just too good. Bone Crusher Giant doesn't die to Crush the Weak, so I think we're better off just playing our Giant here. Next turn, if they go wide, we can Crush the Weak. We have a bigger end game than they do, I believe, so we're fine taking trades. Are they just Gruul? Chariot. Well, Crush the Weak looks pretty good against that. Or I could Discovery. I don't think we can let them use their Chariot here, because we definitely want to Crush the Weak next turn. Next turn we can just hardcast the Baneslayer. So I guess this is the new Gruul variation with Magda and Chariot and all that. Baneslayer looks pretty good against, I think, everything in that deck. I don't think they really have any way to remove it, at least in the main. Whoa. 4 mana, 5/4, Trample, Learn. Didn't expect that. Yep, Chariot attacks. At least they can't copy any tokens with it. We'll get our triple black setup and go for a Baneslayer. 5/5 first strike deals with everything they've shown us so far. Yep, stops a Lovestruck Beast too. Their out appears to be Embercleave. We don't have anything in the graveyard. Well, we have a Bone Crusher, but that's not very good. I think we just want to Discovery, drop off Lorehold, and I guess this land we might want double red and get 3 lands. Okay, that's nice. If they do have Embercleave, then we're in trouble, but we still survive the turn. Okay, Henge, so they're trying to go big. They still don't have any good attacks, though. Okay. Let's thin the deck here. We've drawn quite enough land. I think I'm holding the Baneslayer back to block. If they had Embercleave, they would have played it there, but they could find it. Thrilling Discovery is fine. Drop off 2 of these lands. Get a bunch more lands. Okay. Might as well foretell this. 26% to draw a land off the top now. It's possible we should just be trying to race and attack with a Baneslayer as well. But then they attack back with a lot. And Lorehold just trades with the Professor, the Lovestruck Beast. Okay, no Embercleave this turn, because they used their red. Crush the Weak can get rid of the Brushfire. And stop the Lovestruck Beast from being able to attack. They do get to draw a lot of cards though. Let's see what we hit with Lorehold first. As if we get another Crush the Weak or Crippling Fear, then we can wipe their board. This'll do. Do I want to kill the Lovestruck Beast or the Professor or the Bone Crusher? I think we go for the Professor since we don't pay life to do it. And we can do this. Stops their Lovestruck Beast from attacking. We'll probably hold the Triome to cycle, and we can play both of these. Just build up our board. Alright, and nothing they can do against all this beef and 27 life. Nice. Want Shadow's Verdict. Heated Debate doesn't kill Lovestruck Beast, so I don't think we want it in this matchup. Once again, Kenny doesn't match up very well against Lovestruck Beast and all that. Same with Ox. Those are more for lower to the ground matches, or, well, Kenny is for low to the ground matches because you can gain life, and 5/5 is good against those. Ox is for longer games when you need the cards. Keep all the sweepers, keep the core, throw things in the graveyard. Massacre Worm should be fine. I think this is same sideboard as last game. Come on, opponent. There we go. That's not gonna do. Honestly, that's better. You just bitch one of the tapped lands and play into Crippling Fear on 4. Guess we drop off the passage. Thrilling Discovery helps a lot. That's something we can throw in the graveyard with Thrilling Discovery, so I think we keep it. I think we drop off the tapped land here. Okay, that gives us a turn 3 play, not too bad. Alright, another thing that dies to Crippling Fear. Next turn will hurt, but that's okay. Let's hide the fact that we have a double black so they won't think we have Crippling Fear. I get a hit. Nice. So now we can at least jump this Bone Crusher so we don't take that much damage. Alright, nice. Go wider. All of these die to Crippling Fear, then they're left with 2 cards in hand, which is very nice. Don't really want to exile the Lorehold here, especially since we're going to Crippling Fear. Though we could name Zombie. Assembly Worker, go away. And we can Crippling Fear again next turn. Alright, that doesn't do anything against the Gnarled Professor. Do they get the 4/4 spell again? Yep. Unbreakable Bonds, that's a nice top deck. We'll definitely take that. Nice. And now we get to do Lorehold things. We'll take a Bone Crusher, just stomp face. Got him. Alright. That's our 4 daily wins. Let's see, what time is it? I think we'll go for one more. Plat 1 gamer. On the play, nice Yorion, probably a tough match. We have a good curve though. Catch red on 1, Professor on 2, calls the dead on 3. We probably get the discard draw from the sideboard with the Professor, illuminate history, so we can drop off the Crippling Fear and the Lorehold. Though we do need a second red source for that. And calls the dead can get something good in the graveyard for us. Okay, there's another red source, just tapped though. I don't think we want Academic Probation just yet though, so I think it is Illuminate History. Main phase Omen, they don't know what we're doing. Or they're just a lazy Orion player. Let's see, do I want to call the dead here? I think so. No hits. A little rough. Would have liked both of those spells. Alright, pathway here means we can illuminate history. Let's attack first, see if they want to Shark Typhoon or removal, something. Nope. Counterspell? Okay. Sure. Okay, binding on a 2/2 is fine. Calls the dead here is another good draw. More lands, but we get to make a 2/2 at least. Now we scry. I'll take the Unbreakable Bond. Hopefully we mill something we can use it on next turn with the Calls the Dead. Another main phase Omen. Alright. Two top, bit scary. Do they have a Wolfhaven here? Then I'd really be scared. Oh no, they have their land drop for turn, which is also bad because that turns on Ultimatum next turn. I don't think we want to reanimate this. Okay. Look for an untapped land here so we can just cast Lorehold, I think. If they have untapped land Ultimatum here, we probably just lose. Alright, Kiora. That we can deal with. No untapped land though. Don't need that. We don't have any way of dealing with the 8/8. It is a 3-turn clock. Okay. This is going to be where the Necromentions come in. And out will come Baneslayer, probably. Crippling Fear for sure. Crush the Weak for sure. Alright, Baneslayer's back in. Do we take a Verdict just for the Kraken token and any other tokens they might have? Maybe. Or do we just bring in Reduce to Memory? I think that's not horrible. It's better than our other plays. think some of those heated debates should be duresses at this point, because we didn't want them in the aggro matchups, and we have too many things to take out here. What is this hand? No. No lands. No. We put 2 reduced memories in the deck and get them in 2 out of 2 hands so far. It's a little rough. Come on, opponent. That's usable. I think just need to thrilling discovery into something good here. I want land, really. There's Necromantia. Just drop off these 2 because Carter's Vicious Return is our way to win this game. Valky sucks for us. Alright, Calls the Dead is a playable card, at least. Alright, we don't have to exile our demon. Our opponent doesn't have any green sources, which is nice. Get another here. And hopefully they don't counter this. Nice. Yep, let's kill the Valky, get our Professor back. To top, probably a green source in there. Here we can discard the Massacre Worm. The next turn we get a Lorehold back from the grave. Alright, we have a Lorehold in here. Yep. Main phase Omen Scry. They are in trouble. After putting 2 to the top last turn and 2 to the top here. Yeah, that's fine. Discard the Massacre Worm. Yeah, that's fine. Attack. Land. Yeah, we still want that. What do we get from our sideboard here? We take Academic Probation just to hold them back? I think so. We're doing pretty well otherwise. Unless they can exile our graveyard here. That's fine. Lorehold. Let's see. They can ultimatum next turn. Unless we probation them. Let's just go for damage. If we cast the probation, then we can also play Bone Crusher, which is not bad. Okay, eliminate is fine. Is there anything I'm really afraid of other than that? I guess Extinction Event would also be a problem, but Ultimatum is more likely. see, do I play out the Bone Crusher? I guess so. If we don't, then we're losing next turn anyway. This way, at least if they have a spot removal. Gargaroth, huh? Alright, well, if they kill Lorehold, we can just get it back with our Unbreakable Bond. This seems fine. Massacre Worm means they can't kill Lorehold, because it gets -2 power as well. And they take it, huh? Can I go get another Massacre Worm here? No, we don't have the other Massacre Worm. Alright, we'll get a Demon then. Take action. Oh, we only have the one Massacre Worm in the deck, huh? Alright, we got him. They did not have Ultimatum in hand, I suppose. And I guess we were protected against Extinction Event there, because we had the Demon and the Massacre Worm. Yeah, I don't think we can really do anything here. Nothing really takes out the Gargaroth, which is what they brought in against us. I think we're fine here. Reduced to Memory takes out Gargaroth, which we already brought in, so nothing more to be done. I would rather have Duresses, though. Sure. Probably get Environmental Sciences here with our Professor. Yep. Okay, our opponent is turbo ramping, which, if they have Ultimatum, means we're probably losing. Do we go for the lesson now? I guess so. Temperate Calls the Dead is a bit more mana efficient, but I don't want to not be able to make a 4-drop next turn. Another Cultivate. Well, we've got 4 spells in hand there. Some of them, one of them has to do something. Okay. We can drop Kenny off to the Discovery, or we can just Carter's Vicious Return. I think that's better. Yeah, we'll do 3 to face here. I don't think we're going to be able to attack through with that next turn anyway. They do have Ultimatum mana. They didn't have to fetch before though, so they don't have the Ultimatum. That's good. We can reduce this Yori into memory, definitely discarding Lorehold here. Discard their basic, sure. Do I want to discard... Do I want to reduce... Oh, I can't reduce to memory of the Yori, and I don't have enough white. So I think we Thrilling Discovery here. Just get all our goodies in the graveyard. Alright, no land. Next turn we can Unbreakable Bond to resurrect 2 things. Carter's gives haste, so if we draw lands we can bond Lorehold, and then we'll have 2 attackers. There's a land. I think we take Kenny. Go get another white source. opponent doesn't have anything to do at instant speed. Do this again. Do I want the Ox here? Sure. Our hand wasn't doing a whole lot. We're bad against Extinction Event here. Though we haven't seen that from them yet. And if they don't have Extinction Event, they're probably dead. Block of Predation, okay. The graveyard's where I want my big spells, though. Alright, they do have Extinction Event. But they still have to deal with the Bone Crusher. And we have to play the Mountain to do both of these. And if they target it, they go to 3, which is not where they want to be. Okay. So now they have to top deck something big, which Sultai definitely can. Alright, cycle. Do they find it? Though we also have to top deck something big, to be fair. Alright, that's not it. Scry. That's not terrible. I'll take it. It's not lethal, but it does significantly reduce their chances of winning, which is almost as good. Ouch. Go blank, really? In standard. D-stroke, that's a bit of a problem for us. Is there anything else weird in here? Gargaroths. Yeah, they don't have that many big hits if we take out the ultimatums. D-stroke can stop a Lorehold. I think Bone Crusher is our best draw here. Symbiology is not bad. Gets us another card. Deal 1 damage to face. Or we can illuminate history, make a 3/2. Or no, we don't have enough cards in the graveyard. It would just be able to redraw our next card. I think we take start from scratch, so they have to deal with our professor here. Or at least hold back their wolf to block. They pull all the decks out of their, all the lands out of their deck, sorry. Alright, they do hold back to block. Let's make them do it. Let's use this before they duress it away. Hold the land so they waste their duress if possible. Okay, Epiphany is not that scary. It makes Massacre Worm lethal. Or they have D-stroke for that though. Cauldron's Gift, I guess, forces a counter. Yep. We're at 25, so these birds have a lot of work to do. They don't have that much life gain, it's just the Gargaroth and the Lily. Oh, come on, not like this. On spell. It's not great, we'll take it. Now, since we have cards in hand, we can take Illuminate History. Do we use it now? I think we wait until next turn. So we can get 3 cards out of it. Maybe I should have used it to protect against Block of Predation or Duress. Bind our professors, sure. It also wouldn't have made a 3-2 last turn. Alright, definitely like to discard these 3 lands. And there's a Bone Crusher. Do they have a counter spell for it? Nice. Got him. Bone Crusher's so good. Can't do anything without Bone Crusher. If you're playing red, anyway. Good stuff. Alright, this deck is viable in best of 3. Not bad at all. 3 games, 3 wins. Let's go back over it. I do think the heated debate does not belong in the sideboard. I'd much rather have duress or agonizing remorse or something instead of that. Probably duress because we have a lot of 2-drops and no 1-drops. Duress would be nicer for the curve. As for our hits, I think they were a pretty good balance. Maybe the second Massacre Worm. Maybe the second Massacre Worm could be in the sideboard. Because against some decks it doesn't really do much of anything, but against others it's really, really good. Though even against Sultai it did come in clutch there, shrinking their Gargaroth. Yeah, I want to give some credit. The first one I saw playing a deck like this was JRR2 on Twitch. This is significantly different from his version though, and then a similar version was posted on magic.gg/decklists, which is always a nice place to get some new deck ideas. Kenny, I still haven't been able to use his 5-mana ability to resurrect something else, which is always fun. It seems like when I get Kenny, he's always the only creature I have available. Adding Bone Crusher Giant was a modification I did, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Bone Crusher's OP. Maybe you want some Heartless Acts or something to deal with bigger creatures, possibly, but even when our opponents played Gargaroth and Lovestruck Beast and stuff like that, we still won. It was not that much of an issue. Between using multiple spells such as Crush the Weak and Crippling Fear, you can sometimes get through them. It's nice that Unbreakable Bond and Cauldron's Gift play around Heartless Act, so your opponents cannot Heartless Act your Lorehold before you get to do anything, which is, a big plus. Professor of Symbiology adds some flexibility, some valuable early plays. Didn't really stand out that much, but I think it was helpful. I don't think there's anything else I'd really want onto to replace it. It's just a pretty good card all around. Definitely recommend. And yeah, this deck is a lot of fun. Nothing crazy in the mana base. If you have more Triomes, go for it. I just don't have 4 of them, and I don't really want to craft the Mardu ones because Mardu's not usually that good. Yeah. So yeah, get rid of Heated Debate. It wasn't necessary, and it doesn't hit Lovestruck Beast. If you really want something here, use Soul Seer. If you need to deal 4 damage to a creature or planeswalker, you don't generally care if your opponent has counter spells. Like the places where you need to deal 4 damage to a creature or planeswalker, or 5, is not matches where there are counter spells, and Ward isn't really that much of a thing in Standard, more in Strixhaven Limited. So yeah, that's my take on the deck. It's a lot of fun. Give it a try. Thanks for watching.